Hello, and now I'll start again. I just realised I hadn't clicked the button. My name's Barbara Gray. Welcome to the SHAC, and we're getting together for another hour of doodling and colouring and keeping each other company. I hope you're there, and I know now that you can hear me, I'm sure. Paul, you're in the building. Please could you just confirm that the sound is good now? That would be great. Okay, no sound. Andrea, I think I've corrected the problem. I hope so. Yes, that's better. I know. I just looked and I thought, oh, hang on a minute, that button's not on. There are lots of buttons here to click, but I'm sure we're fine now. Thank you. So I'm sure that there'll be loads of us today because we only hang out once a week now. But it's important that we do, you know, in my opinion, because we need a place that we can come to. We need a place where we know it's safe, where we can get our crafty mojo going. I've noticed on Facebook a couple of people are really struggling at the moment. I get that, I really do. And so we're going to keep it simple, keep it easy, just hang out together, travel gently, you know, all those things that we've been saying. So come on in, grab yourselves a cup of tea, and let's see if we can't get that mojo going. I've noticed also that my microphone battery levels are painfully low. So it may be, while we'll get started, and then I may just switch off the mic, change the batteries, because I've got some spares, and then we'll carry on. There's nothing here that can't be corrected or sorted, you know. And I think that's the main thing. We just need to just relax your shoulders. My shoulders are so uptight at the moment. Are you the same? I just seem to be spinning like a top. Hey, what for? Nothing we can do about any of it. Hey, it's true, isn't it? So let's just for an hour. It's just the same as last year. We just got to park all that stuff outside, hang out together, enjoy each other's company. You know what it's like. It just seems, I feel that so many people now think, oh, all back to normal again. I think, well, why is it not back to normal in my world? Why am I not feeling that joy? I don't know, you know. But there you go. It's good to be together. So what we're going to do? Well, I thought today we'd colour in, I did suggest, didn't I, that we'd colour in some poppets. Now, when I speak about the poppets, what I'm talking about is our poppet postcards from Marina. We got the Whimsy ones, we got the Christmas ones, and we got the flower ones. So have you got these? They're really lovely. When you look at them, we've already had a good run at these, haven't we? And Lisa does these at work for us with Marina's artwork. And what we do is there are 12 postcards in a pack, £6 for a pack, or you get all three for the price of two. So 12 quid for 3 packs. And each design is large and then it's small. So, and the reason we've done that, see, that one is the small version of that. But because we use them in the SHAC, and what we decided to do was make it smaller so that then we can do some doodling. So we can make these lovely, we did all that, didn't we? Do you remember? We do it ourselves, you see? So that's why we learned to colour on that one, which is really pretty. We colour in on that one, which we're going to do today. Or we use the smaller one to doodle. And there are some really nice examples of this. So this is a nice one. We did that. This is all from which one's this? The flower set. And I tell you what we did with this, which was really pretty. I'm sure it was this one we did. Was it this one? We could do it with any of them. We doodled a border, didn't we? Maybe we didn't do it with that one. I do know that we coloured them in and then we did that. Now, whether or not we probably didn't use that. We probably did that for a floral one. But that was another really nice way to go. Look, to put a border around. So they're really nice for doodling. They're nice for colouring in. Do you know what? They're just lovely for relaxing. And they're pretty. They make fabulous card toppers. So once you make a card, just stamp happy birthday or a sticker, you know, missing you, wish you were here. And so we're kind of killing two birds with one stone here. So you've got the little and the large all the way through. See beautiful birthday ones. Isn't that lovely? And then the little one, see, so then you can put your work around it. So there are lots of different ones. There in the flower ones, there are some really nice little birthday wishes, beautiful for little girls. This is make a lovely Christmas present, this one would. Just blank like that with a pack of pencils, you know. And the Christmas one, speaking of Christmas, we've done a couple of the, see, that's what I mean about the large and the little. Do you remember when we did this? Nice, hey? So there are lovely ones in there. Prue, she's lovely. See, this is gorgeous, this one. Can't remember her name. Nice, eh? See them? So you've got some really gorgeous images. I love that one. Christmas cards basically in the making, aren't they? All Christmas cards in the making. Yeah. And I like the way we've made it smaller on one of them. I think that's a good idea. This is a lovely one. Oh, look. I mean, you can't beat this artwork. Look. Isn't that lovely? Instant art. There you go. Licensed art by Marina Fedotova. And we've got permission to make to sell as well. In small quantities. And then Whimsy, this is the one we're going to use today. Do you remember we did Whimsy before? So we've coloured her in. This is where we went into that watercolour and made the lovely heart. We've done loads, haven't we? Do you know that this is our 225? I tell you what, I've got to change the battery because I think you're gonna lose me. Just stay there a minute. Have a look at the artwork while I change the battery because this is going to go wrong here any minute now. Let me just, it won't take seconds. If you can hear me, just give me a minute to do this because I can see exactly what's going to happen here. Come on, join in. Right, let me just do this. Takes a minute. 30 seconds. I know. Oh, my fingernails, rubbish. Just get these. On. Have we got it? What's happening now? I've changed the batteries. It's not working, is it? I wonder why not. Of course. Right. Complete battery change now. I bet it works now, though. Is it working now? Please tell me it's working now. There you go. Sorted. In, out, you shake it all about. You do the okey dokey and you turn around. That's what it's all about. Yeah. Ooh, the okey dokey. It's all right. It's only a couple of batteries. You know what I mean? I'm not going to get flat. Do you know, there was a time when I used to do TV, my God, I used to have conniptions, like cardiacs, you know, like over the smallest little imperfection. And now I think it might be getting old. It might be a combination of getting old, going through COVID, just the whole thing. Now, if it's done anything for me, right, it's right sized everything, you know. So this sort of thing, like the battery's going dead, I feel bad for you that you're sitting there going, what's her problem, what's going on, right? But it doesn't faze me at all anymore. It genuinely doesn't faze me. It fazed me a little bit more if I didn't have any batteries. But I've still got one. I'm going to put it somewhere safe just in case. I was just about to flick it over my shoulder. I thought, oh no, Barbara, batteries are key. Right, so where were we before we were so rudely interrupted? Right. Oh, here we are, back at the Poppet station. Right, what glasses am I wearing? Let's get my crafting glasses on. Way, they're stronger. Right, Poppets. These are lovely because they're like fairies. See, large, little. She's pretty, but these are really lovely, lovely little pieces of artwork that you can use to create toppers. Toppers, what we mean by that is the top of a card. So you get a couple of card blanks, get a pack of card blanks. This is the one I want to use today. This one. Yeah? You up for it? Oh, I love that one as well. How cute is that? Let's do the one with the little frog. Right, we're going for the Whimsy one. I'll tell you why. Because I thought it would be really nice to do something, a little game with colour and to show you how you can change artwork just by applying a different colour. So the idea, God, these glasses are so strong. It's cheaper than drugs though. They're great close up. But other than that, everything's just a haze. Right. If you take colour, I'll show you. Let me just take this one here. If I show you Marina Fedotova's art, now she took this one. This is what she did. We've printed it onto parchment, see? Fabulous. So if you have a look at the colours that she used, she's got a pink toadstool, which is very whimsy, very lovely. See, we sell these. This is another really wonderful way to go. Just to cut this out and do a bit of white work on parchment. Glorious. But I was looking at this and I thought, I want to do something a bit more autumnal than that. But it's an option, isn't it? So let me show you my offering. Look at the difference. Yeah? So that's what I want to do with you today. I just wanted to show you how you can take a piece of artwork and completely transform the colour. And I thought it'd be nice to do something a bit more autumnal since it is edging up on autumn. There. It's not finished. That's why actually, may I confess, that's why I was a little bit late to the party today because I got so absorbed in colouring in that toadstool. Paul tells me that the picture is a little fuzzy. I don't know what is wrong with our internet at the moment. I don't know what I can do to help that. Paul, what are you suggesting? Do you want me to stop and reboot, or what do you want me to do? Because now I know that the picture's a little fuzzy and it's very frustrating, isn't it, for folks? So do you want to give me a suggestion, or do you want me to just carry on undeterred? Yeah, that's like saying the gravy's lumpy. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to serve the gravy, or do you want me to make a new batch? Yes. Yeah, but there you go. It's one of those mornings. If we've had a bit of a problem with the internet here for a week now, and I don't know why that is. Paul says carry on, it's just the internet. I apologize for the fuzzy picture. I don't know what's going on here. I think it could be my end. I think it is this end because it's been a bit of a a grind this week. But I tell you what, I bet we can still colour in if you can hear me. Come on, let's just keep going. So what you got to do is find that Poppet for a start. Let's find that one. And instead of using the large one, let's use the small one. Because I thought it would be nice if this week we colour her in and then next week we frame her. I've got a week to sort out the internet and frame her. Think of a beautiful autumnal frame. All right, I'll do something nice for next week. Okay, right, you ready? So what are we going to use? Let me just get my ducks in a row here. Okay, pergoliners. Have you got these? Now we're going to use the B pencils in the pergoliners, and I'm going to grab a couple of the greys. You know, the polychromos pack that we put together, a set of 12 with the lovely fleshy colour and the gold and the silver. We're going to use that. We're going to use the series of the greys in there. My favourite one, the number 2, that warm grey 2. We'll use that. We need a rubber. I'm just telling you what you need. Need a couple of batteries. What else do you need? No, you don't need batteries. I'm joking. Right, you need that. You need that. Oh, we definitely need a micron pen. I've used the 005 micron pens. What do I mean by that? I mean these lovely art pens, right? The very finest one's the one we're going to use today. But you could use a biro. It's that good. And then if you've got them, and we have them back in stock, hallelujah, these white Posca pens, which are like hen's teeth at the moment. So they turned up this week, which was the right result. So we've got them back in stock. They're great for snowflakes. They're also great for the white bits on the Toadstool. All right. Okay, so that is about the sum of it. What I was going to say about these pencils as well, you can buy the box, and I think that's a good offer. But you can also, you know what we do? We sell the individual pencils as well, because we own Pergamano. We've got the pencils individually. So if you've got the whole box and the blue's turning into a little nub, then just buy the blue. You don't have to buy the whole box just to replace the blue. Good news. So let's get started. Paul, how are we getting on? Is it really bad? Because that makes me feel awful if it is. But we might have to do something about this, because I don't know if it's going to get better. Have a cup of tea, have a sip, and then we'll get started, eh? You rock. That gives you a chance then to get all your bits and pieces. And I would say the first thing we do, we're going to use let's get started. I might come in a bit tighter for you so that we can see it better. Let's go to here. Let's come in. Now you can see. Is that even fuzzier now? That's a shame if it is. And what we're going to do first, because if you look at the picture that I've coloured in versus, I haven't put the white on there yet though. I haven't done the white. Okay, so what we're going to do is use our 005 on the Toadstool to add the little white markings. Right? So first of all, let's just use our fine black pen. What's important is, if it is important, what's important is that it's not too much thicker than the line art. See, it looks as if Marina drew it. Right? So put little dots in. They're not circles, they're just little shapes, really. Just put them where you like. Try to be a bit more like random. Like this. Just do a few little shapes. And let's just chill. Right, I'll put one up there as well. That'll do. Don't want to overcook it. Hey? You see, now we've done that, we know where to not colour in. So we'll take a red. I'm going to take this red here, B11. Let's take the red and let's just start. Tell you what's always a good idea, people, is to have a bit of copy paper on the side and just so that you can see what your colours, what you're doing. Right, we need a little bit of a chisel on this, so not too pointed. And then we're just going to, what you're doing is we're working in layers. So you're going to go like this. Just slowly, what it is a circular motion. You're going over yourself again and again and again and again. But as you're going over yourself, you're traveling down. And that's how you get quite a smooth effect. And you're going to go really lightly, yeah, because you're going to join it up there. See? So you're moving around all the time like that. Okay? We'll start up here and then we'll work our way down. And we'll avoid the little white things. So lightly does it. Honestly, the good thing about doing this as well is it really shows you exactly where the toadstool is, but really lightly. It doesn't take long. Colouring in layers is always the best way to go. And make the artwork just turn around as you're working. I do apologise for the internet, but like I said, there's not much I can do about it. Dave did talk about fibre optics, but it's a very expensive option, really. But we'll see. Now, when you get to this bit, if you look, she's got wings and she's got lovely, lovely whimsy wings. You see? Look at this one. So when we get to this bit here, we don't want it to be really red like that. But on this particular layer, I'm just going to give a really light layer like that. Right, and then I'm just going to, so that's where we know where the toadstool is. But this bit here, I rubbed it out again afterwards to make it lighter. So we've done that. That's the first layer. Now I'm going to go back. I'm going to go again. So I can see that there's a little bit, step away from it. See, there's a little bit underneath her dress. There, a little bit of red. Keep out of that area there. Keep out of this bit. Don't need to colour that in. And then we'll go again. So this time, let's turn the art and go in a different direction. Here we go. So now we're colouring across what we've done already. That way we're going to kind of hit a different grain of the card. Very relaxing though, isn't it? Very relaxing. You cool with this? See, it's interesting how red it can get. And I didn't do anything any different. You see why I was late to the party this morning. I had a really important meeting yesterday, and so I didn't have time to do prep. I had a business meeting, so I didn't have time to do any prep for this. So it was an early morning start today. Right. So we've got another layer now. Good. Should we go one more? Let's do one more red layer right now. Again, circular motions, and you can see every time you go back in, it just gets one generation darker, doesn't it? That's it. Just keep going. So if you press too hard, because of these blending pencils, because they're wax-based, you create a kind of a seal. And then once you've done that, you can't add any more depth to it. So it just takes as long as it takes. We'll do 3 layers. 3 is a good number. And then when we've done 3, we'll move on to another part of the dress. We'll do something else. We can always come back. We'll come back and do a bit more. Always circular. I'm going like that. Round and round the garden. Round and round the garden. Stay out of that area there. Because you can always add it afterwards if you feel you wanted a bit more pink in there. And if you colour in one of your little thingies, your little white markings, don't worry about it, because we can highlight them with a white pen afterwards anyway. Right, that'll do for now. So that's the red one sorted. Good. That wasn't so hard, was it? Cup of tea. And then I think we'll do her dress. it works really fast once you get going. The Toadstool's the most time-consuming part because it's the largest surface area. Are you working on the small one, or have you gone to the big one? Big one takes longer. Look, don't want to do that one. We want to do that one. Yeah, but if you do that one, it's great for practicing on. Lovely, 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 lovely. Right, ready? Okay, so we've done the red. Let's leave that for the minute, and I'll put it back in the box actually, so that I can find it in a minute. Then I think I'm going to get the blue. I'm going to get the blue, B16, the light blue, the one right at the end. This is a lovely colour. And we're going to use the blue to create the whitey effect. Look, let's go in tight. I'm so sorry that if it's fuzzy. Let's have a look. Right, so we'll use the blue, again, really lightly. And Marina's already given us the line art. You see where the lines are? This time, instead of doing circles, we're going to do light feathery strokes like that. Really light feathery strokes. And we're working down the line art like that. See? Just go over the lines like that. This would be nice, like that. And on the tip of that wing, just a little bit in there. Where else have we got? Her skirt. Right, here we go. And just stick, don't worry about this bit here. Stick to the, it makes the skirt look white. When you want to do something white, a flash of blue helps a lot. Because white, how would you change the colour of the dress to the background unless you added something? So just a little flash of blue, like that. That's it. That'll do. And then this bit here, this is blue, see? So we'll do a little bit of blue through here. There we go. A flash of blue through there. So it's the wings that we're looking for. There. That'll do for now. Working in layers, working in layers. Let's compare the two so you can see what we're up to. Let's have a look. I think it's good to compare. We see that all right? Good. So now we've done the blue. Let's look. We've got some really nice colours here. There's a really nice peachy colour that I'm going to use for her dress because we're going kind of autumnal. This one is B10 and then we've got B9. I'm going to go with those two, B9 and B10. B9, oh, hello. B9 and B10. Let's do that on her dress and on the flowers. So let's just check the colours over here. And then we've got that yellow as well. Just check the two different colours. Right, I'm going to use the peachy one, which is B10. Really nice colour, actually. I'm going to use that one just lightly in the top part of the dress, like that. Just lightly. And then in the wings as well, a little bit in the wings, like that. Just where there isn't blue. That'll look good. Right, a little bit of that colour. And then on the stripes, let's do the stripes of the stockings as well in this colour. So the thing about Marina's artwork as well, what I love about this Marina Fedotova artwork is because she's drawn it in such a beautifully loose, sort of sketchy way, it's easy to colour in because you do the same thing. You draw it in, you colour it in a loose, sketchy way. Now I'm going to move to the yellow and I'm adding a bit of yellow as well into the wings. A little bit of yellow where I didn't put peach. See, I love this colour combination together. The blue, the yellow and the peach together is really pretty. And what's also lovely, all right, so we'll go a bit of yellow over that peach, is when the yellow obviously hits the blue, guess what? That's right, you get a really nice green. So you get a flash of green. So it just works really, really nicely. So we'll just add a little bit, just a flash, like that, in her dress as well. Bit of Bit of yellow in the white bit. Cool, doesn't she look pretty now? So we've done that. Now let's have a look. What's the next thing? So we've done that. We've done that. Let's get the frog going. Let's get some frog green. I've picked the light bright green, B7 this one. A little bit of frog green, I think. Here we go. Just add a little bit of green to him. He's cool. And his little feet. It's just establishing the colour really. And then once you, let's put some in the grass as well. Needs to be quite sharp to do this, to run down there. It's okay. Don't matter if you go over the lines. That's the loveliness of the sketch art. There we go. Just add a little bit of green around the toadstool as well, around here. Just light feathery strokes. You find it relaxing. I think it's crucial, certainly for me at the moment, to keep it simple. To keep it simple. Let's look at the flowers. Let's do some flowers. I'm going to go with the orangey colour for the flowers. So I'm going to put a little bit in there and in that one. Just a little, one layer, and in her hair. Let's do that as well. Flowers in her hair. She's got a little choker on around her neck. That'll do. Got a bit of yellow there, a bit of yellow there. Right. Okay. Now, next thing I want to do, let's look at her hair. Since you've got the yellow in your hand. So we've got the yellow. We're going to go, we're going to do a 3-colour trick now to get the graduation, maybe even 4 colours. Let's have a look. So what we need to do this, we need the light colour. I'm going to give her a sort of autumnal colours. I'm going to go with the darker colour. That's B12. So B9, B12. And then I've got B13. I've got those ones. That'll do for now. And I've got the two peach, the peach and the yellow, which are the underlayers, aren't they? Let me put my green away again. And what we'll do now, to get this effect, so that it's darker here, and then it goes up to a white area, what we're going to do is start with the lightest colour, the yellow, and we're going to do light feathery strokes in from the flowers and up, 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 up. Not loads, just like that. Just light feathery strokes. Don't want to go too far. Further you go up, the more you'll knock out all the white. See, so you just light feathery strokes from the base, and because your flowers were yellow, don't matter if you go over them. Result. Right, so you've done that. And then also in here, there's a little bit of her, she's got a bit of a plait going. So these little bits here, a little bit of yellow there as well, just a little flash of yellow. And then maybe in the fringe, just a really light layer across the top like that. That'll do. Right, now we've done that. Let's do a little tiny feathering from the parting that way too. That'll do. Can you see that all right? Hope it's not too fuzzy. Right, now we'll go to the next colour down. So I would say we'll go to the peachy colour now. And we're going to do the same thing, but not go so high. So if we went that far before, we're going to go that far now with our flicking. Okay. So in we go again, and we're going to add a little bit more. This time you're going to have to be a bit more careful around the flowers. I find when I hold the pencil down the see how I'm automatically holding the pencil down the shaft more? I've got more control. There you go. Flick, 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 flick. A little bit of red, a little bit of that. That'll do. Right, nice. So now I've done number 1, number 2. Now I'm going to go to the third one. So what we've got here, a light brown. That'll do. Light brown. Keep it simple. And again, this time, I'm going to go a little bit less flicky, right? Just a little bit, keep it down a bit further. You can always add it afterwards if you want to. So now in the flower, around the flowers, up we go. So you nuzzle in and then flick. See? In there. And just flick up there. in there, and then up you go. So you're kind of maintaining that white band there, aren't you? And now we're going to come down from the top with the brown. Okay. It's just over the, that'll work. Just a little bit of brown in there. Thing about these pencils as well, what's really cool about these pencils is if you overcook it and you think, oh, way too much, then you just take your pink eraser, the pink end, and you can take it right back out again. You can lift it off. If you felt that you've kind of lost the white area here, I wouldn't cut too often across the black lines because you might rub out the ink, but you shouldn't. But if you went back in here, you could knock out the colour like that, you see? Just knock it out again. If you felt you're going too dark, it's not like it's a done deal, you've blown it. And again, as I said at the beginning of the hour, how important is this really? You know, let's get it in perspective. Okay. So we've got some nice brown there. Now, while you've got your brown in your hand, just add a little tiny, around the bottom of the toadstool. This is where you go back to your circular, right? Just a light, really, and under. There you go, round there like that. Let's just start on this little part of the toadstool as well. That'll do. Right, so we've got that. Now let's go to this one. This one's the dark one, B13. B13. It's nice. It's like a maroon. When you actually go like that and you see the colour, it's brown, but it's got a kind of a red. It's a warm brown. It's not a black brown or a. So you compare that one with B3. Look, see that's more like a chocolate brown. See the difference? So we're going to use the warm brown in her hair. I think that's quite nice. It sort of tones in nicely with the rest of the picture, doesn't it? Now this time, it really is right in the cracks, in the tiny little. This is the shadow bit now, right? So just a little. If you when you do the hair, when you look at the way the hair is coloured in, you're going to put a little tiny inside that parting there, just a tiny little bit, a little bit on the top, a bit in the fringe. This is more like accent really than anything. You can always add it, but you know. So you look at it, step away. Do you like it? Do you want a bit more? A couple of strands maybe. And this is the thing, you see, when you're really focusing on detail like this, it clears your mind. It so does, you know. It does mine. When I'm doing this, like this, and thinking about, I don't think about anything else. All I'm thinking about is her hair. And especially if you step away and you look and you think, oh, do I want to do any more? Do I want to go back and put a little bit more peach in there? Do I want to take that back? Do I need a little bit more of the light brown? Maybe I do. And all the time you're focused like this, you're not thinking about anything else that might be on your mind. You know, it pushes all your worries out when you start colouring. It does for me, especially not even so much when I start colouring, but when I start concentrating on the colouring, when I'm really looking at every single thing that I'm doing. I find that so so calming, don't you? You know, and especially pretty things like we're colouring in something, an image that's very kind, very gentle. You know, let's take a little look at that red again. Should we go one more? Let's go one more layer of the red. That's it. Make sure you try and avoid those little white bits. Right, now you can kind of get in on the feet. is when you start, it's still circular, lovely. I enjoyed the craft along on Friday night with Linda, didn't you? Seems like ages ago already, but I did enjoy that. I like hanging out and colouring in and knowing that there are loads of other people, so I'm not alone, you know. I like that too. The fact that I don't mind my own company. I'm good with it. I certainly, after a year and a half of being in lockdown, you know, I mean, am I alone? Do you know what I mean? I'm alone all day, but then Dave comes home, so I can't recall that being alone, as in how I understand how many people are alone, you know, and that would be ridiculous of me to say that, but I spend a lot of time alone. There you go. And so I really enjoy hanging out like with Linda and you and colouring in and doing something creative. It's cool. It's nice. It makes the time go, and it makes the time go in a constructive, creative way, rather than watching rubbish on the television, which I seem to do too much of nowadays. You know, because I'm still not keen on going out really. I know we went up to London the other day, but that's it. I've had my London fix, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so let me take that blue and let's just bring that blue down through that. There, see? Make that looks pretty. Doesn't that look nice? There you go. Are we cool? Are we cool, friends? So let's have a look at this, because this is it's not colourful, but it's important, isn't it? So this is where I'm going to dip into. If you haven't got these polychromos, well, it's fine. I think they're brilliant. This is where you get all your greys and these are the colours that I wish they had in pergoliners, but they don't. So we've just topped up the pergoliner people with these greys and that. They are really, they do transform your artwork. I'm going to say that. And you know, I would say if I felt you don't need them, I would say you don't need them. But they do, and needs and wants. Hello. Having said that, cool, they do make a difference. They really do. So what we're doing now, again, with this light grey, warm beige too, I'm just putting a whole, look, like a veneer of light grey over the top like that. That will do. So you've just changed the colour now from white to a kind of a beigey colour. Warm grey it's called. I call it boring grey, but you know what? It's the one I reach for the most. And then what I can do is I'll take some of that yellowy colour, because I think the other thing is to tie the colours in a little bit. So the little bit of the yellow up there, let's put a little bit of yellow down here, even if it's not accurately, you know, who cares? Put a bit of yellow in there, got a bit of brown, got that boring warm grey. I shouldn't call it boring, it's brilliant. Right, and then, now this is where the greys come in. Let's take, so you could use the browns, I suppose, if you don't have greys. Lighter grey, darkest grey. Un, deux, trois. Yeah? Let's use the lightest one first. And this is where I'm going to nuzzle in. So make a little kind of a... what's this called? A chisel edge, so it's not sharp. And then just come in out. So, because what we're going to do is make a shadow, see? And we can use these on... You watch, when we've done the red, we'll bring all the legs out, and it really does make a difference. Right, but let's just get this light one in. And again, we're making circular motions, and we're coming quite away from the, yeah? So it's almost up to here, really, right? Quite a long way away, because the toadstool is quite a long way away from the stalk, isn't it? So it's going to throw quite a big shadow. Let's go that far. There you go, look. And up we go, and up we go, and up we go. Keep bringing in that shadow. See? Cool, cool. Bring it down here a little bit as well, I think. So we've used, what grey have I used? Yeah, I heard you. Cold grey 3, a light grey. Now I'm going to go to another grey. This is cold grey 4. Oh, that makes sense. So now I'm going to go in again, but this time I'm staying closer to the edge. See? So I'm staying closer to the edge. So immediately it will start to look more dimensional. I know I keep repeating myself when we do these, but this is what is really fun and effective. You know, when you're doing, you know, like we were doing, what did we do last time we got together? Oh, we did those really cool doodles. They were good. Those optical illusions. Here, there. Do you remember when we did these? Look, I haven't tidied them up yet. But this is all about lighter grey, medium grey, darkest grey. It's the same thing again and again. As you come up, if you want to create that illusion of light at the top and curve, then you just go lightest grey, medium grey, darkest grey. And you know what? We're doing exactly the same thing here. Lightest grey, medium grey is the one I'm on now, darkest grey. See? Darkest grey. What we got here? Payne's grey, I think. No, cold grey 6. Cold grey 6. There you go. Payne's grey is in that set of 12. That's a brilliant one. It's almost black, but it's not black. Right, there you go. So we'll come round here. And what's this little hole here? Just make a little... There we go, that'll do. I might put a little flash of red in there. Right, so round we go. And you can create depth or darker colour with pressure too. So, for example, if I take my medium grey and I haven't got a dark grey, I can go light grey. Look, I can press, I can go over it again, a bit darker. I can go darker. I can go darker. So, I mean, each pencil's got so many different tones of grey, hasn't it? You just blend it out. I think this is such a pretty thing to do. Right, there you go. Okay, so we've done that, we've done that, we've done that. How about we go back to the red? Do another layer of the red. Let's go again. The red is the darkest colour. And this is the one where you need most layers. If you've got polychromos, I mean, and I've always said it, you get what you pay for. The polychromos are the Rolls Royce, in my opinion, of the pencil world. I worked with Faber-Castell for many, many years, and they are absolutely wonderful. The Pergaliners are an inexpensive version of the same sort of pencil. The B pencils in the Pergaliners are the same as the polychromos. So I've taken the red out of the tin that we sell at 10/60, don't we, as well? Now watch this. When I go over, and I'm not pressing harder, I'm just showing you, you can see immediately the difference. The Pergaliners do the job beautifully. I'm not going to knock them because I wouldn't sell them if I didn't think that they were good. But let's admit that there's always going to be, you know, I've got a really nice car. I've got an old Audi. It's lovely. But it's not a Porsche. All right? There's always going to be, these are Audi, not these. These are Audi. These are Porsche. That's how I kind of understand the pencils, you know. And if it will come Christmas, if you're really into your colouring and you really want to, then treat yourself to a tin of polychromos. And I don't think I've ever met anybody that's got a tin of polychromos that says, they're rubbish. They're not. That's right. You can't say that. It's not true. They're brilliant. Okay. So you can see how now we're changing up the colour. But I want to show you something as well, which is this is really cool. If I take, because they're the same sort of family of pencils, if I take the yellow one, the B9 Pergaliner one, and I go over the top of the red, it gives it that toadstooly colour. It's really cool. It's really cool. This has got yellow over the top of it, right? So But you could also, if you want to, you've got another choice. We've got our blending pens, haven't we, with the nibs, and that's another way to smooth out the. See this bit here. If I start to go in with a blending nib, then it will start to smooth out the colour, because at the moment it's still very grainy. I'm afraid that you won't be able to see this if the internet is playing up, but I can see immediately the difference where I'm smoothing over. And this area here, for example, I just run straight across that now with the red from what I'm picking up on the nib, and I travel across that translucent area of the wing, and it fills it in for me anyway. So that's another really cool trick. Okay, if you want translucency, that's the way to go. The solution to our nib issue, we haven't got a nib issue, we've got a handle issue. It is on the horizon now. Now that they've opened up the gates to Holland, we should be in luck. It's a COVID related issue. It's nothing to do with us, but you've got to go with the flow, you know. This is what it is. But again, it's like I said earlier on, there are problems and then there are problems. To me, that is not a problem. It's just something that needs sorting out when we can. We've got the nibs. Paul, we've even got the other things, the mapping pens. We've got those. So if you buy a mapping pen, just take the metal bit out and then you could put these in anyway. So problem, no problem, not a problem. So let's have a look now at the. We've done that. We're blending the yellow. That will look really nice. I'm liking this a lot. Let's have a look. We've got a little bit of blue, a little flash of blue still. Let's do a little bit of detail work now. I'm going to make him join in with the. So we can add a little bit of extra. Now a bit of tone over the top if you want a bit more. Less is certainly more though. Don't want to make it too dark. A little bit of blue. Yeah. And then what we can do, when we've done that, we can start on the grey highlights. Yeah, a little bit of blue, a little bit of that lime green. Zesty green. What's that one? B7. Yeah, I like that. Get the frog out. That's it. Make him ping a bit. The leaves going. Right, so we've also got these little, I love these little things on the swirls. So we could take our yellow or our peachy colour that we've got for the dress, can't we? And we can just add a little flash of colour there. That takes seconds. That's nice. Right. And then the next thing I want to do, yeah, let's just highlight that dress a little bit. Oh, also a little bit of a fleshy colour. So her skin and her arms. Let's just add a little flash of pink. This is that fleshy colour. Beige red it's called. I think it comes in that set of 12, Paul, doesn't it? Let's just get a little bit of, change the face. You could use the brown. Maybe she's a sunny girl. There we are. Can use the brown, use the pink, whatever you fancy. There we go. That's nice. Get her neck, get her arms. Cool. Get her knees. Maybe she's got stockings all the way up. There, that's pretty. Let's do that. She's got a little bit of flash of a colour there. Now let's do the grey. Let's do the grey. And then next week, let's get the grey going. So now we want to put a little bit of depth underneath her, under her leg, for example. I'm using, which grey am I using? The lightest one first, of course. And then I'm going to use, oh, don't press hard. Then I'm going to use the darker one. I might need a little bit of depth on there. Yeah, I'll go with the lightest one to start with, just to get that colour in. That's it. Just get a bit of depth going. Here in this little, in the crack in the toadstool, a little bit of depth down there, round her dress. On the dress as well, and under her arm, you know, there's a little bit of depth there. So you put the grey over the top of the orange. See? That works well. Nice. And all the time, if you're using a blending pen, you know, the granular, if you've got something granular and you want to smooth it out, like the wings, I won't go in there with the red one. I'd get a clean one. See if I've got a clean one somewhere. Anyway, yeah, here we are. God, these glasses, you know, I can't see beyond the end of my nose with these. Let me just check. Yeah, here we go. I've got some clean ones. So I'd take a clean blending nib for that. And then you can tone in the colours and blend them into one another, like so. And when you do this, you probably won't be able to see this on the camera, but you can really smooth out the artwork. It looks like watercolours. It's like a print. There you go. It starts to look like a print. You have a different nib for a different colour. Looks really nice. There you go. There we go. So you get the scribbly texture out of it. Cool. Beautiful pencils, beautiful artwork. I'll tell you what, talking about beautiful artwork. Okay, let's pause it for a minute. Because I think what we're going to do, we could sit about and carry on like this until the cows come home, couldn't we? This is so addictive. So the middles of the flowers, we'll put a little bit of the darker colour in there. Yeah? Put a bit of the white on the I'm going to do that right at the end though, next week. The white highlights we'll do right at the end. I'm not going to do it now because I haven't finished with my red blending yet. But what I wanted to talk to you about was, because I've always got to think, right, so next week we're going to do this, but we're going to create the outside and then we'll make it into just a beautiful piece of artwork, okay? So that's next week. And then I was thinking, right, what should we do then? And I thought, oh, I know, because Dave's been working on this really good idea. Right, I want to show you it. And then you decide, because we've got the good people. It's edging up on Christmas. And I was thinking, I would really love this year, because last year, Christmas for us bombed. There was no Christmas. We didn't even get together with mum and dad. The kids didn't come home. It was a real low Christmas. But it was what it was. And I thought, do you know what? This year, let's do it differently. Let's try and do it differently. And the first thing I'm going to do is make crackers, right? So let me show you. Let me just put this to one side. Dave, he's been making these crackers with Lisa. Look, right? Because I know loads of you have got the stamps now. I know that. We've been sending them out, right? So we've got a good number of people who've got the stamps. But I said today, I don't think I would want to stamp up a cracker, but I really want to make these good people crackers. So I thought, why don't we have a cracker shack? Now, 95% of the people watching this, apart from our good American friends, perhaps they won't remember. But if I said to you, it's Friday, it's 5 to 5, and we all shouted, Cracker Jack! Remember? So now we're having a Cracker Shack. And we're going to, Dave's been making them. Look, they're beautiful. Okay. So they're cut out like this. And they've got place for a name. They're on white top spec card, which means that we can colour these in, right? If you get 12 of these, you get 12 crackers. Check it out. You get 12 crackers. I'm going to come out a little bit so you can see everything that you're going to get. So you get in the pack, you get 12 crackers, and then Lisa, brilliant, right? 12 postcards. These are colouring postcards. Again, for your Christmas, these are wonderful. Let me just take that out here so you can see. So you get 12 crackers, but they're not all the same. So you get 4 like that. This is for those of you who are not stampers but want to do this job. So you get 12 crackers, you get 12 postcards, but the postcards that you get 4 of the 3 original ones that we doodled in the SHAC. Then you get 2 of each of the characters. Look, and the 4th little girl, and you get a coloured postcard for inspiration as well. Remember just to remember where this comes from. Be good, do good, feel good, right? So there you go. 12 postcards, 12 crackers, 12 quid. And if you get club discount, there you go. What can I say? And I think that the way to go with this, okay, I think we're going to get some mileage out of this now. So on the 7th of October, which will be not next week, but the week after, on the Thursday in the morning, we're going to start, and I'll show you ways to change the color of this with brushes, how to color them in. We'll just start preparing for our party. Okay, so we're going to do SHAC postcards, and we're going to do cracker shacks. And then on the 19th of November, I thought it would be nice, you know, because we do enjoy a pajama party, don't we? And I thought, let's just put it in our diaries. We're going to have a good time. On the 19th of November, that's a Friday, again, at 7 o'clock in the evening. So it's early for Christmas, but so what? Let's just have a craft-along Christmas pyjama party. And it'll all be around the good. So we'll have, I haven't even thought about it too much, but we will definitely have a cracker shack, cracker go. We'll have postcards, we'll have stamps, we'll have the groovy plates, and there'll be something for everybody in the party. Bit of glitter, bit of brushing, bit of art, bit of this, bit of that. We'll just have fun. Okay, so I thought that would be a really good idea. We get the mince pies out; they're already in the shops. God help us. And let's have a Christmas party. We're having our early SHAC Christmas party on Friday. Let me get it right. The 19th of November. The 19th of November at 7 o'clock. Okay, and the cracker shack is in 2 weeks' time. So if you want to join in, Dave's making these. He's making these on that old platen press, you know, the big windmill press. Boom, boom. So he went off at 6 o'clock this morning because he was having a little bit of a monkey. And the only thing that we are not supplying, two things. One is, let me just, where did I put them? These things. You know, the things that you pull. I can't remember the name of them. Pull? They're snaps or something. I would give these to you, you know, but I'm not allowed to put them in the post because apparently they're construed as explosives. So you could get these on Amazon for a song, right? These things. So and you can put them in your cracker. And the only other thing that you've got to bring to the cracker shack is empty loo rolls, right? So have fun. You've got 2 weeks. You got 2 weeks to get 12 of these if you're going to make 12 crackers. Because what is so easy, see, look, as if by magic, watch. I love this. It sits exactly. I sat there for 3 hours this morning so I could have a spare one. I always, silly me, I didn't have one. See, but it sits on there just like a charm. Look, like that. And it cracks around like that. And then it goes in like that. And it's so good. And then if you want to leave the loo roll in there, I would, just for stability and protection. But look at this. This is going to be so good. And if you need ribbons, you know, we've got the ribbons as well. I don't know where they are, but oh, here they are. We've got satin ribbons, so you can change the ribbon up depending on what colour you do your cracker. Nice. So there you go. In 2 weeks' time, we're going to have a cracker shack. Couldn't resist. Had to be done. And so I think they're already on the website, aren't they? Cracker snaps. That's what these things are. Cracker snaps. So you have to get them from Amazon, right? Speaking of Amazon as well, just so you know, our American friends, do you know that we've got a whole store of stuff on Amazon USA? I'm just telling you, because they've been chasing us, because they say we've got too much stock over there, and now they want to know what we're going to do with it. So I said, well, I'm going to tell my friends in America, because a lot of you don't even know. All the paper and the parchment, the heavy stuff, we thought we'd send it to the States and sell it through Amazon Prime free postage, so that you didn't have to pay all the heavy mail and the shipping costs from England. So it's there. check it out. And on that happy note, I'm going to love you and leave you. Don't forget, you need the loo rolls as well. I don't think I've forgotten anything. Paul, thank you very much for your help. Next week, we're going to get rid of the crackers. Next week, we're going back to our beautiful Whimsy girl on the toadstool, and we will design something very, very lovely around the outside. There you go. Christmases are coming. The goose is getting fat. She sure is. So lots of love. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your doodling. Stay safe. And don't forget, Barbara Gray blog. I'm going to start something really cool this weekend on the blog. Something to do with stamping and parchment. Really nice. So I think you'll enjoy that too. We're just here to keep you company. Stay safe. Lots of love.